Hi guys, this is the walk around of the Renault Kangoo ZE33. The Kangoo was launched in 2007 and in 2012 in its electric form with a 22 kilowatt hour battery that you could find in the Zoe at the time. Then at the end of 2017 the 33 kilowatt hour version of the Kangoo ZE was launched. This is the one we have today. There's different type of bodies you can get. This is the standard panel van version. You've got a short version, mid version. That's the one we have here. There's a long wheelbase as well that you can get in crew cab. So with 5 seats. The short version is not actually available in electric, but this is the regular one that you see every day. I think like 90% of Kangoos are this one. So if we get around a bit, so we've got this key. So that's a normal key, old school. So I can open the doors there. Electric wise, we've got here this hatch with a type 2. So this one doesn't have any DC charging, it's only AC. There's a 7 kilowatt onboard charger. It's very similar to the Zoe in its function, just it's not as powerful. Okay, so from the outside you actually cannot really tell that it's an electric version. You only have those small badges on the side. It's written ZE33 electric. There is even something to trick you. Look at that. Ooh. There's actually nothing there. It doesn't even lock. So and you've got another set of badges in back. So that is the exterior of the Kangoo. So when you step in the Kangoo first, it looks like the regular version really. You've got your electric windows and mirrors here, and here you've got a regular dashboard. There's nothing too fancy about it. If we get into the dash itself, this is a bit different. So you've got 3 dials, 3 big ones. I'm going to start the vehicle. So you start it like a normal petrol diesel car, but you get a little beep, and there is a green go light that you could see there. Okay. On the left hand side you've got the gauge, so it's near empty at the moment. There it's about maybe 15% of the battery. You've got the speed in the middle. It only goes till 150, but the car is actually electrically limited to 130 kilometers an hour, so 150 is enough. It's actually pretty good because you've got a very good idea of the speed you're doing. It uses it on the whole space. Then you've got on the right hand side the power gauge. So that power gauge is at the moment in the middle, so that means you're not using any electricity at all. If it goes on the right hand side, so that means you're using power, and if you go on the left, it's regenerating. I had the car for a couple of days, so you can regenerate until 30 kilowatts. So that's what I got. I don't know if it's possible to get more. On the right hand side you can go until 30 kilowatt in eco mode and 45 in regular mode. So 30 kilowatt is actually not a lot. But in horsepower, I don't know exactly. I know it's probably around 45, something like this. But you still have the torque. The torque is 225 newton meters, so it's actually just like a diesel. So it's still quite lively at low speeds. So around the city, it's perfect. Even in eco mode, it's actually surprising. Now, Let's have a look at the rest of the cabin. You've got here the heating controls. If you had a Megane or Clio from the noughties, it feels familiar. You also have a standard radio unit. It sounds a bit basic, but it's actually very good because you've got a jack here, and you've got USB, and it has Bluetooth as well. And I tried it. I used Spotify, and it works perfectly. It's easy to pair, and also it is there are the command here behind the steering wheel, and you can use Spotify, for example, with this as well. It's perfect. You know, it looks very basic, but it works very well. There are no sat nav on this one, so no sat nav. If you do have it, it's an option. You can get the R-Link, which is the same as the Zoe. Instead, here you've got this. You can put documents A4 format. It's actually pretty big. You can probably put a 6-pack of beer or something like this there. So it's actually big storage. Then if you go a bit below, I don't know if I can show you easily. So you've got the gear stick here. So that's just the same as the automatic Kangoo petrol diesel. You've got this PRND here written. And then on the dash here, on the right hand side, you've got P. If I go down, R, N, and D. So there's nothing else. It's very straightforward, very easy to use. If I go down below, I can show you. There's a cup holder here. There's the eco button just here. See, just there's a green light there. It's 12-volt socket. This is the handbrake, which is quite big actually, old school. And here, just next to it, there is actually a storage, which is perfect for phone. It's actually perfect. And then another cup holder. You can see here. Okay, or not. Okay, so if I go back to the dash, I'm just going to show you a bit of a few things, because there's a little screen. So you've got analog gauges, but you've got also a little monochromatic trip computer below. So here you've got current 0 kilowatts, so that's your actual current consumption. So as I was telling you, you can get it up to 45 in regular mode, up to 30 kilowatt of power in eco mode. So you can exactly see what you're consuming. You've got the average here. That's your average consumption. I didn't reset since the beginning, so I reset a few times. So this is 15 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. This is a consumption since the last time you reset. So that's actually quite good, because the battery is 33 kilowatt hours, but it's 31 kilowatt hours of usable capacity. So if you reset this once you charge and fully charge the car, it tells you exactly what you've been using. So you know, you can get down to 28 or 29 very safely, if you believe that the gauge on the left is not precise enough. Next bit, okay, keep going. Total consumption. So this is interesting. Is the total consumption since the car was built. So you know how many kilowatt hours you've been actually consuming. It's not the consumption of the car, it's the charging of the car. So it goes up when you charge the car. So don't forget that this car is aimed at companies, and if they want to track the costings, you know, they can use this this element. They don't have to put a specific meters, etc. So that's quite handy. This is the mileage. So just to let you know, I actually reset that trip when I fully charged the car. So as you can see, I can probably reach 200 kilometers on a full charge. So that's quite good. I was not expecting that. I thought it would be quite bad. Half of my driving was in the city, so which is favorable for this type of vehicle. But half of it was like 90, 100 kilometers an hour on the dual carriageway. So this is not good for the Kangoo, because, well, you know, it's like a brick. It's quite high, and it's not light. So this is I was actually quite impressed by the average consumption. And then here you've got the clock and the outside temperature and the total mileage. And is there a few things? You also have preconditioning in this car. This is it, yeah, preconditioning. So I haven't used it, but it's possible. That's it. So there is the range, so 39 kilometers. So I should get 200 kilometers without any issue on this charge. It is May and it's not cold, so it helps. But you know, it can even get better. So you should be able to easily get over 200 kilometers in summer if you drive appropriately. Okay. So that's the interior of the Kangoo. The rest is really like a normal Kangoo. There's nothing special to tell you about it. So I hope you like the video. Don't hesitate to give me some feedback. Be nice with me because that's the first one I'm doing. I hope you liked it. Thank you very much. Bye.